In just a couple of very short days, we're going to see the biggest burn that we have yet to have on the Terra Luna Classic chain. Back from the inception of that 1.2% burn tax, now down at 0.2%, we have the Binance monthly burn that is about to land on the network. In this video, we're going to take a look at exactly what my prediction is, given our last 30-day volumes, and ultimately what does it mean, and some interesting developments on a new proposal coming very, very soon. So let's dive into where we currently sit. So the price hovering around that 1600 mark. You can see just 0.84% up on the 24 hours. Our volume is significantly down, $70.8 million. Now, I remember times of billion-dollar volume, if not $2 or $3 billion volumes, but we know the whole market is still wounded from FTX, from BlockFi, as well as a number of other failings recently in the market. You can see market cap 957, it's $836 million, and like I said, the volume just marginally down. Well, if we take a look at the more technical chart, we can see this consolidation sideways, as we generally see with Luna Classic. This was obviously the deep down sell-off on the back of kind of BlockFi announcements and that FTX that we got out, but we are on an upward trend. If you were to take the bottom where we've been, you know, we are in a upward trend in terms of price. Now, we've got a couple of big level of support. 16.2 is one of them, 16.8, and then into the 17s. So what have we got coming this week? Then Friday the 2nd of December is when we get the first pull of the monthly Binance burns. You can see that here on the web page as now. You can see this batch number 6 will be from the 30th of October up to the 30th of November as of today. Today's the last volume that goes through. We will get the announcement then on the 2nd of December. Well, ultimately, what are we expected to see? Well, before we get into that, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. We talk about Luna Classic, cryptocurrency, and everything else going on in the space, trying to keep you up to date with everything going on in crypto. And also, if you haven't already, click that thumbs up on the video, turn the notification bell on so you know when we go live every night, 4 p.m. Eastern, or upload a new video. Well, let's take a look at exactly what my prediction is, certainly on what I've been tracking over the course of the last month. So you can see here from October the 30th until November the 30th, this being the 29th volume. So we have one more day, which will be as of we sit right now on the 30th. If we were to say that it's going to be roughly about the same volume, which I think is fair to say, we could see a slight increase as people anticipate the burn, then we're going to roughly work out, given today's price at 1600, about 8.3 billion Luna Classic. That's my prediction based on the facts on here. Now, obviously, this isn't going to be a 100% accurate number, but it does work out to about $1.3 million. Now, if you take a look here on the actual Binance, we have 3.76 million is the total amount burn. So we could tip into $5 million worth of burns for Terra Luna Classic, specifically from Binance. Now, again, when you think about that, it's a significant amount of money that's coming not out of Luna Classic holders, but out of the Binance fees that specifically to that. And here's the kind of thing, burns are not going to solve our massive problem. If we were seeing huge volume going through, and if we were seeing every single exchange supporting either a 1.2% burn tax or the 0.2% burn tax, then we could have an opportunity to do so, and equally it would start to really accelerate the potential price. However, we don't have that luxury, so we need to do a few things. We have obviously got the burn information here. You can see here 28 billion is our current current total amount burnt, with one of the biggest burns coming out of Binance, again around 3 or 4 billion. So we know that this is going to be a substantial burn. And again, as we go through, we are seeing, like I talked about in my previous video, things like all nodes starting to burn in the millions, Terra Casino, which is another good one. So we are seeing this. It's just part of the ecosystem. But what we do need is continue development. And we can see here that there is the version 4 of the proposal on our Agora forum to move to a V4. And this is all about the fees and the multi-sig wallet. And it's important because ultimately there is a significant amount of money, and it's also about, can we trust the blockchain more? And that is the biggest thing for Terra Luna Classic. As an investor, all people still see is what went wrong, as opposed to what we have built in this short period of time, and in particular in a very tough market. market. So it goes on to say, this is version 4 of the proposal. Agora won't let me edit the original post to make changes, so I've opened a new thread for every new and updated version. Here's a list of major changes from V3 to V4. So to remove the anti-participation clause that Mr. Four shows finder's fee, he may now claim the money without any strings attached if he so wishes. Now remember, this is the $4.16 million that Alex went and secured from TFL, and actually therefore there should be a element of reward. If it wasn't for him, this wouldn't be possible. Add a new 10% payout section for the purpose of sending some of the multisig assets into the Oracle pool with the aim of bolstering it somewhat. Now, we talked about this yesterday. The Oracle pool is fundamentally what pays the validators to maintain our blockchain. Yes, there is parts that go into it, but we need volume to go through there. We're about 250 billion currently sat in the Oracle pool. We've released about 100 billion since the inception of it. So it is an absolute right thing to do to just bolster that report. It secures our validators for the longest time. It says replace Duncan Day with Matthew Raider 70 Western in the third multisig keyholder nominee. Made an additional of the 2% payout section. Borrowed 200 million lump from the community pool if needed to pay for the initial screening of the wallet and ensuring it's not tainted. For the sake of inclusivity and fairness, expand the 30% payout section TR payout to include ex-TR members who contributed work in the past before leaving the group. Lower the validator voting power parameter in the 5% payout section from 1% down to 0.25% to better aid the smaller and or newest validators to our blockchain. Super interesting point there to support the newer validators coming on board. And he said, add a clause to the 3% payout section, Professor Kim's grants program, to use those funds only for layer 1 development work, which will directly benefit the chain itself. That for me is the biggest one we can have. Support the chain and develop it on chain. Dead important. You see there just some nods to people that have supported with that. And fundamentally, that's the bit for me. This is a thing that I think ultimately supports longevity with Terra Luna Classic, as opposed to burns. The burns are a part of it, albeit they now seem to be a smaller part of it. Do we see a big price coming, a big pump coming on the back of an $8 billion burn? I'm not sure. I think we see some buying pressure coming in as people anticipate the burn, but an 8 billion, could we see a move to the 17, 18s? Quite possibly. But we're going to be staying very close to this one. 8 billion, my prediction. I know you guys have commented before on previous videos, but let me know what you think your prediction is going to be. And more importantly, what do you think to the update to the proposal about that community fund that is coming from TFL? As ever, thank you so much for your support on these videos. Do be sure to hit the like button on the way out. Subscribe if you like this content and turn the notification bell on so you know when we go live or upload our latest videos. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.